veterans, and friends, it is an honor for Command Sergeant Major Jones and I to join you this morning. Our communities share a frontier heritage going back 137 years, a relationship that connects the Mule Mountains to the Huachuca Mountains. While Fort Huachuca's purpose over the last 130 years has changed a bit from its original role providing security on the frontier, we still stand at the leading edge of our nation's defense. We still exist to protect you, and we appreciate your enduring support. Words are particularly frail and feeble around days like Memorial Day, especially in the shadow of that beautiful wall. A wall which provides silent testimony to those who gave their lives willingly for this country. Those of us who have visited the memorial in Washington, D.C. can attest to the power and to the reverence of the site. The wall reflects as a mirror reflects. So you literally see your own reflection as you read the inscriptions of the 58,175 names of those killed or missing in the war. It is awe-inspiring and it is humbling. Every day, family, friends, and comrades of the fallen come to the wall and search out a name and touch it for peace, for forgiveness, for healing. And here it is in Bisbee, Arizona. You have brought the wall home. Thanks to Tom and Dee Twig, who are sitting up there with their wall for touring around the country. May it bring peace, forgiveness, and healing to this community as well. I'd like to ask all the Vietnam-era veterans in the audience to please raise your hands, and any Gold Star family members that we may have. You and your loved ones chose to believe and answered the nation's call to duty. These veterans and those etched on that wall, they stood for something. They stood for something in an age of ambivalence and skepticism. Command Sergeant Major Jones and I can both attest to the modern experience of combat. 16 years of public support, of goodwill, of fanfare. You, those Vietnam veterans and their families, fought a vicious war without enough support at home. So thank you for your strength and your commitment to our country and to each other. Please give them a round of applause. Now tomorrow will mark the 149th year our nation has set aside to honor the memory of those of its fallen heroes. As Americans, we're going to gather in cemeteries and honor the final resting places of more than 1 million men and women who sacrificed their lives for our nation. Tomorrow, at countless ceremonies and parades across the country, we will pay homage to the sacrifice and the valor of others. It is, after all, a day to celebrate what President Reagan described as the splendor of America. In his words, it is a day to be with family and to remember. As we prepared to depart for the holiday weekend, I debated with a group of Army professionals just on Thursday about the appropriateness of the phrase, Happy Memorial Day. Amongst the group, there was a degree of near righteous indignation and a general consensus that such a salutation might be inappropriate, even mildly offensive, for a solemn day of national reflection. I suspect I felt the same a few years ago when the bitter sting of loss was fresh in my memory, when my own emotional wounds and memories of fallen comrades was raw. But now I disagree. Many of us here today have lost friends and teammates in battle. Too many. Our profession is not sterile and devoid of emotional attachment. Bonds between warriors are forged of steel. They endure hardships together, sacrifices, and they are united in a common purpose. Over time, warriors become family, and their families become family. Comrades in arms know each other's bad habits, idiosyncrasies, dirty jokes. They know each other's favorite drinks, sports teams, and they know each other's families. Like that beautiful memorial, our brotherhood is etched in stone. Tomorrow is a day to celebrate our friends and family who no longer have the ability to do the things that they once cherished. So tomorrow, I will do something adventurous. I will do something adventurous in the memory of Orion Sparks. I will hug my daughters tight in remembrance of Jonathan Goldnitz, who could no longer do the same. I will listen to several tracks of Metallica and think of Clay Bowen. And I'm going to take a shot of some terrible Irish whiskey. And I'm going to think of Kevin Whitty. And there are others. And I'm sure I will catch myself a few times looking down at the black bracelet that sits full-time on my wrist and wonder why and how and if only. And then I'll pick myself up and I'll say thank you. I'll say thank you for the opportunity to be surrounded by such men and women, even if for only a little while. Thank you, God, for allowing me to serve in the company of heroes. Like President Reagan said, remember the splendor of America and those of her children who are now eternally resting. We are a strong and a good nation which stands in respect and reverence to those who died for the freedoms that we enjoy today. Have a reflective Memorial Day. Have a safe Memorial Day. And if the Spirit so moves you, have a happy Memorial Day. May God bless our fallen heroes and their families, and may God always bless the United States of America. Thank you.